Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball, HTB. Look, as you guys know, I'm actually journeying with the Penrith Panthers, and they've actually got a game against the Eels. It was actually unexpected. I wasn't actually expecting to create this video here, to be fair. I thought I would be doing this one in the week after, but not to be. In saying that though, we're going to be looking at this game here, looking at the thoughts, improvements, looking at the team overall, and sort of my predictions. So without further ado, I've got a ball to catch. See you guys. Alright guys, so as we know, the Penrith Panthers have actually changed their team up, and the Eels are very lucky, I think anyway, very fortunate to get some of their key players back, particularly concerning head hits and all that stuff from the last game against the Knights. So Penrith Panthers, as we know, lost 10 points to 16 against a very raging hot Rabbitohs team who were just hungrier, who just wanted it more. Eels coming away with a good win, 28 points to 20 over the Newcastle Knights in an elimination game. So with the team list here, we've got Edwards at fullback who returns. We've got Crichton as well as To'o at the wings. And then for the centre pairing we have is Movorowski as well as Burton. For the halves we see Luai as well as Cleary. And then for the props we have Leota as well as James Fisher-Harris. And Leota makes a welcome addition, welcome back, if you get what I mean. Koroisau as well for the hooking position. And then for the second rows, you have here Kikau as well as Capel. And then for the lock, you have Captain Isaiah Yeo. For the bench, we see Kenny Sorensen makes a return back, surprisingly. Devita Pangai Jr. as well as Liam Martin. And then for the reserves, we have Leniu as well as Tango, Naden as well as May. Now, my thoughts overall, obviously, for the squad here, it's a much stronger squad than it was last week, particularly with the addition of Sorensen. Now, we did not actually expect him to come back, especially with the injury there. You sort of thought it was season over, but aghast, he is back. Again, with Edwards back, it's good. Obviously, Charlie Staines has been dropped, which I think personally was a good move. I thought he actually added a lot more pressure, actually, if anything, to Penrith Panthers' attack, and just wasn't on point. And for somebody who has been built up very well, I guess you can also take this and learn from this. But in saying that, it was a good drop in my opinion. With Crichton back in wing, obviously it adds more to their attack out wide, particularly in height, and obviously To'o as well. Again, it's good to see him back, and in saying that will be a game that he'll be looking forward to redeeming himself. Now, again, you got to look at my thoughts again on the halves. Luai and Cleary were on point last week, I think. Anyway, Cleary will be looking to replicate the same game. He does nothing wrong, in my opinion, and we'll continue to build on that. You just need, obviously, again, the players around him to sort of answer. Now with Leota back as well, who add a bit more punch, him as well. And you got David Pangai Jr. in the bench, who I think anyway will play a superb game. And Sorensen too, again, a sight for sore eyes, will be a great addition. Kikau as well. Overall, the squad, I think, is a good, strong squad, a lot stronger than last week, but they just need to gel collectively, I think. Now, some of their sort of key matchups with the Eels, you've got Gutherson, Ferguson, you've got Dunster, Benesini, you've got Paulo, Newcore, you've got Papali in the bench as well, who'll be a very strong addition. And I think strategy-wise, it's probably a good idea for him to be, in the bench, to be fair, especially as you're sort of trying to match up against tired forwards. But I'm assuming that David Pangai Jr. will be used for the same reason too, for Panthers. And then obviously you've got Smith, you've got Cartwright, Madison. So again, just some of these players that you're playing, especially Ferguson too, you've got to watch out for him. And obviously the halves and Brown as well as Mitchell Moses. But I'm sort of like the key players now, I've sort of named them. But for the Penrith Panthers, some of the key players I have is Burton, To'o, Cleary, James Fisher-Harris, as well as Devita Pangai Jr. from the bench. And the reason why I've selected these players in particular is for obvious reason. I think that they have what it takes to actually take their team forward, and for them to sort of stand up. If they do stand up, I think it actually helps them a lot anyway. And then for the Eels, I have Gutherson, Ferguson, Paulo, Newcore, as well as Papa Li'i. So again, those players too for the Eels, I think will stand up, and if they can, will be a very good thing for them. Now, overall, though, in saying that, obviously, I'm going to sort of, look at the improvements here. Now, for the Penrith Panthers, the improvements are just gelling well. As I've said before, their backs are, in my opinion, the weakest point of them as a team. However, in saying that, with Staines gone, and then, the addition of Edwards and Crichton, and even then, Edwards, to be fair, is probably not, their strongest player out in the backs, but however, he just adds to that, base, to that foundation that they did need. And I think with Crichton moving back, moving to the wings will be a good thing for them. And again, yeah, the halves just need to keep doing what they're doing. Luai with a good ad-lib footy, and Cleary leading the boys around the park. And then you sort of look at the forwards as well. You've got their Kikau as well, who should have a big game. I think he'll be looking at that game from last week and wanting to go even harder, and James Fisher-Harris is another one. And then, as I said before, that welcome addition of Moses Leota is a good thing for them overall. Now, again, on top of that as well, yeah, if they can just sort of gel there, I think they'll be okay. But in saying that as well, it all sort of depends on the field, because I thought last week that they had it I thought they had it against the Rabbitohs, and it wasn't to be. Now, anytime try scorer. Now, for me personally, I think I'm going to go here with with an easy bet. I think I'm going to put down Brian To'o to score for me. For the Penrith Panthers, anytime try scorer. And then for the Eels, I'm going to go with Junior Paulo to score for the Eels there. Now, the prediction, obviously, guys, as we all know, you can sort of talk all you want, but at the end of the day, you've got to split one of these teams up. So for me personally, I think I'm going to go with the Penrith Panthers here as a safe bet. I do believe that last week's sort of, sort of wayward sort of loss there will be a motivator for them, particularly, from the coaching department. I'm sure the players will have had time to reflect and time to clean up their act, I think, anyway. And again, with the welcome addition, should be enough to bring them home. Penrith Panthers are the team, are one of the teams that are touted to actually win the premiership. So to them, I think they've got bigger goals in mind. Now, in saying that, obviously, Eels, not to say they don't, but in saying that, Penrith Panthers have had the wood over them, and I just think, generally speaking, they should be up to the task. But that's sort of like my thoughts there. What do you guys sort of think? And my overall conclusion on the team: so long as they can collectively work together as a solid unit, I think they'll be okay. They just got to really learn to trust. Trust themselves and trust Cleary to, take the boys around the park. And again, with the new welcomed addition of Edwards back, as well as Sorensen, Leota, and a few movements here and there, I think the boys will be okay. Just got to learn to hold the ball, to not drop it in the very awkward moments, which I think was the case. Put down the penalties to a bare minimum. But again, guys, what do you guys think? Hey, if you're an Eels fan, tell me why you think I'm wrong. If you're a Penrith Panthers fan, hey, tell me where you think you guys can improve. What do you think? But in saying that, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And in saying that, take it easy, guys. I'll see you guys next time. And Penrith Panthers, since you're the team that I'm actually following, if you want to win, what do you have to do? On the ball. See you guys next time.